Well, I hope everybody is having a wonderful Sunday, but I want to bring awareness to a situation that I've seen circulating on the internet for a couple days now. I want to bring awareness to the situation about this woman named Aziza Murphy. She's a 28-year-old woman out of Baltimore, Maryland, but she is being stalked and harassed by her ex-boyfriend. Now, she reached out to the police and they have not done enough for her in helping her manage the situation. So she's reached out to social media, and I'm going to put her GoFundMe in the description. So if you want to donate to her, that would be great, because guess what? She was fired from her job trying to protect her safety against her ex-boyfriend, because he's been doing not only harassing her at her job, but he's been, calling her multiple times and stealing her things and trying to break into her house. Like, he's really been harassing her. So y'all, I want to talk about, this whole situation. I want to talk about men that cannot handle breakups. And I want to also touch on women that cannot handle breakups, because this is not a one-sided issue, but toxic relationships, of course, are not healthy. So let's talk about it. I don't want to, sound too down or whatnot with this whole situation, but I just, again, want to bring awareness. So let's get into it. So shout out to the Shade Room. I was able to look at some of the posts that she's made so far. This situation is very unfortunate. However, she is basically documenting what's going on just in case something happens. Now, let's read this first tweet here. She says, "If I blank, I want everyone to know it was, and she named the guy, and then she went on to name a few of his aliases as well. Me and him dated until a few days ago. He went through my phone and I ended the relationship. I dropped him off at the train station and he showed up at my house. Child, that means he broke up with this man. He said, 'No, you're not leaving me.' And he went into a narcissistic rage, meaning because he did not get what he wanted, he said, 'You know what? I'm going to make your life a living hell,' because he can't have her. Why would you go through somebody's phone? Now look, there's some people that have went through phones before, and you have to be ready for the repercussions. So curiosity killed the cat. Now, we're going to go on to the next post here. It said, "He broke my window, broke into my house, and stole my keys. After he left, he started calling nonstop. He called 1,065 times within 24 hours, y'all. He's calling from fake numbers. He has been contacting my ex-husband's family, calling my exes, my dad, my job, writing my friends. Lord have mercy." So as you can see, this narcissistic fool has worked through other people and used them as supply to get to this woman. But he called her 1,065 times. Do you know what type of mental state, what type of psychopathic state you have to be in to continuously dial somebody 1,065 times within 24 hours? Like, did he have anything else to do during that time? Crazy. So I'm moving on. She says, "I think he is tracking my location. I am not safe and I am not okay. He has a history of violence, specifically violence against women, that I was not aware of until it happened to me. I'm posting so that no other person who dates him in the future will be blindsided." Now, let me tell you one thing about narcissists. Their backgrounds are not good at all. You'll never find a narcissist that has a clean background. They have bad reputations at their previous jobs, with different groups, with different organizations, with different people. You can look up their criminal records. They'll have something there, at least one thing, because they're into crime and doing the wrong thing. They don't know how to follow the rules, because they don't believe in following the rules when they're trying to get what they want. They don't care. Especially when they're just like this man, going into a narcissistic rage. Now, she said that she's posting this so no other person will be blindsided, basically, in the future. But if this man is in jail, who's going to date his crazy behind? He needs to be in jail, away from society, because he's not safe. He is a detriment to society. Now I'm moving on. She says, "I've had to relocate because of all of this. It all feels so unfair." So she's had to pack up her things and leave because this man is trying to destroy her life. Because he broke up with her, because she broke up with him. Now she's having to leave. So this woman has a son. a son that she has to protect. And my thing is like her motherly instinct is, okay, let me take care of my son and myself and move away. And I'm going to discuss this later on, but you know, you got to make sure you monitor your choices. You check your choices and who you're dealing with. Make sure you choose wisely, because when you're dealing with someone else or you're selecting someone else, like, you have to not only think about yourself, you have to think about the child. And see, this couldn't be me, because if I had a child or if I had children, like, trust and believe my children will be protected. I want to make sure they function as individuals, as themselves, but I'm going to make sure as a mother, hey, I gave birth to you. Let me make sure you straight. You need help? I'm going to take care of you. That's how I will always be with my children when I do have children. But her son is young. So she has to, you know, look out for herself and her child. So I stated earlier that she lost her job because he was threatening the co-workers. So this is him making her life a living hell. She can't move on and move forward in life because of him. So the place where she makes her money, like, he's there threatening other people. So of course they're going to say, hey, we have to let you go because other people are starting to suffer on behalf of your situation. So here we have some inbox messages that he sent to her, and apparently this is a page that he made up. So as you can see, he said, you got a bounty on your head. We've been followed you from your job to your crib days ago. Protect your neck. And she just repetitively said, please do not contact me anymore. He said, hope you got protection, ma. See you soon. See you soon. You must really want to, you know. Y'all. So I'm going to let y'all listen to a recording or a voicemail that this man left on this woman's phone, basically threatening her and letting her know, ooh, I'm the boogeyman, I'm going to get you.
I don't think you understand, Z. If I wanted you dead, we would have off a month ago. It's been over a month now, you still dead, you know? Thing is, yo, you can feel whatever you want to feel about me, because how you feel about me, what you think about me is none of my business. However, what you cannot say, because I'm not on my all you really have to say, all you have to say is what? Is that I'm abusive? Huh? Is that that's it? That's it.
Do you hear how sick and demented that man sounded talking to that woman on that voicemail? Y'all, I know this woman is going through a great amount of stress and anxiety trying to protect herself with this situation. I want to let you guys know that I've been here before. It has not been that extreme, but I've been in a situation where I've had to protect myself. And I don't want to go into detail because I don't want to just put everything out there, but I will say I've been there, done that. Ain't proud of the t-shirt, but I got it. And it's like the people you meet out here, you expect everything to, you know, go well, go in the right direction. Like, that's your expectations, right? But you never know who you're dealing with until they're in a compromising situation or until life hits them hard and you start to see the real person, or you might break off or break up with that person and they start to show them their true self, or they start to show the narcissistic person that they are. The male ego can be fragile, so women have to take that into account. You know, this man has no conscience. He's not thinking at all. So he's doing all of these things, like calling her nonstop and coming to her house and visiting her job and, you know, using people to get in contact with her, stealing her keys and all of this stuff like that. And what for? I mean, what is this young lady going to say? Is she going to say, okay, after you've called me 1,065 times and you stole my keys and you broke into my house, like, okay, I understand. I want you back. Like, you really want to work things out. So let's get back together. Do you think that she's going to say that? Is this the right way to do it? No. Nobody wants to be back with somebody who's doing that type of stuff to you. Like, nobody, like, you don't want to go through that, right? Y'all remember that movie Enough by J-Lo? Where she had to fight back and she trained to fight back? look, I can understand. But my thing is like, if this young lady ever had to fight back in any way, shape, or form, like, she does not need to go to jail because she's told the police. It's been documented via social media and any other way that she's documented it as well. And so she does not need to serve any time if it gets to that point, and I hope it doesn't, because she has done everything possible, I believe, to protect herself. This woman has literally had enough, especially with reaching out to social media. So, there are men that are not able to handle breakups in a lot of cases. Do your Google searches and you'll see, situations where men have hit women, or they've tried to harm them, physically, or, they've bashed in a woman's car. Just look it up. But there's more stories about men than there are women. So, there are women that are not able to handle breakups, and they do some extreme things as well. As you can see right here, New York Post, woman found guilty of stabbing ex-boyfriend to blank over breakup. Girl, why couldn't you just manage your emotions, get your things, and leave? No. When you go into rage, or even narcissistic rage in particular, you're not able to handle yourself. You have no conscience. You're not thinking. All you want to do is see that person suffer. And so you end up in jail over a man. Really? Now, this next situation is just a little bit off the beating path. Like, this woman was not even in a relationship, but the title of this article says she went on one date, and they reiterated that, and then bombarded him with 65,000 text messages. This woman happened to meet this man online, if I remember the story correctly. And so she just lost her mind. This woman is mentally ill. So she can't make it to the good part, known as the relationship. She's not going to be able to handle it. Imagine her in a relationship and you don't text her back within an hour. You're done. You're toast. So ladies have been guilty of not being able to handle breakups as well. And I know there's some other stories out there that you can read about women that respond poorly to breakups. Now, to come back to this situation here, I want to say that, we have to make sure that we make better choices when it comes to picking our partners. Do your background checks if you have to. You think that's extreme, but it'll save your life. Trust me. When you're getting to know somebody, you can, ask questions with a smile. If you're a lady, just whip your hair and, maybe touch the back or whatever. Ask them, hey, how many kids you have? What kind of jobs have you had? What kind of hobbies are you into? Make sure you take your car on dates, especially when you first getting to know somebody. Don't let anyone in your house off bet. Because they looking around, they got your address too, they figuring you out, trying to understand things, and that's just letting them into your world for them to then harass you when things don't go right. You got to make sure you get to know somebody before it gets to that point. Don't let that Jodeci talk get you to your house. Okay? Don't let them be whispering in your ear all nice or whatever. I could do this to you, I could do that to you, because they can really do something to you when things go wrong. Trust me. And also make sure you have your weapon of choice and carry it with a smile, whatever that weapon is. And I'm giving advice because, again, I've been here before and it has not been a good situation. I want to be safe. I want to live. I want to be able to be married and have children eventually down the line. And I don't want a random person to come in my life anymore to destroy it. So that's my hopes and expectations. You expect when you go into a relationship that it's supposed to be easy and fair, right? You're going to have your little hiccups and stuff. But, dang, you got to see somebody in rare form to learn for the next relationship. It's just too much, y'all. So, this is not to discourage anyone from getting in a relationship, but just make sure that you protect yourself because, we do want to be with somebody in life. It's okay to have partnership and not be alone. But learn to love yourself and protect yourself. And I'm praying for this woman because she is a part of the 1 in 4 women that are part of domestic violence. You know, every 24 minutes, a woman is experiencing rape, domestic violence, or being stalked. And again, I want to balance this thing out. 1 in 7 men are experiencing domestic violence as well, too. So nobody wants to be in a toxic relationship with all the fussing and the fighting and going through phones and, you know, y'all hitting each other and disrespecting each other and cheating. Because remember, somebody in this situation is guilty. They just don't want to do their time or face the consequences. And that could be mentally damaging when you're in a toxic relationship or situation. So y'all, please support this woman. Just keep on the lookout for the outcome here, and I hope that it's successful in a sense where this boyfriend, this ex-boyfriend that she's dealing with, goes to jail. Guys, you leave your thoughts below. Tell me how you feel about the situation. All right, you guys take care.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face, tell me that you love me.